has just come down that Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. Thank you for his service to the network and host of the prior.
Well, you hear the cheers on The View of Tucker Carlson leaving Fox News. The mainstream media went crazy for this. They feel like they won a victory. You know, they've been calling for Tucker Carlson to be canceled for many, many years, since really the day he started. He's been a warrior for conservative principles. This was The View today. Cut 9.
He is responsible for the degradation that we see somewhat of our democracy in this country. And I just think as a faithful person, look at God. Look at God.
Well, in Russian propaganda hardest hit. I mean, he's been the biggest purveyor of pro-Russian talking points. So it's a good day for the Ukrainians.
Karma doesn't lose anyone's address.
No.
So
None of that is true. And I will tell you that when Tucker Carlson talked about Russia and its involvement with Ukraine, he basically agreed with me, saying these are two corrupt countries. And let's look at both sides of this issue and not throw everything to Ukraine at a time when two corrupt nations are battling it out with each other. But they can't deal with that. See, what Tucker Carlson did was he called out the truth. People like The View, who do push real propaganda, can't stand it. Tucker Carlson was on Friday night, and he said this.
Disdain and sadness as you see people you know become quislings, you see them revealed as cowards, you see them going along with a new thing, which is clearly a poisonous thing, a silly thing. You know, saying things you know they don't believe because they want to keep their jobs. If there's a single person in this room who hasn't seen that through George Floyd and COVID and the Ukraine war, raise your hand. Oh, nobody? Right. You all know what I'm talking about. You realize that the herd instinct is maybe the strongest instinct. I mean, it may be stronger than the hunger and sex instincts, actually. And it's harnessed, in fact, by bad people in moments like this to produce uniformity. And you see people going along with this and you lose respect for them.
So that was Friday. Then word comes down today that Tucker Carlson is out. Was it his choice? Was it Fox News' choice? We don't know the answer to that. I can tell you they released a statement that Tucker Carlson has agreed that this is something he wanted, but that's typical in these things. I can tell you from working in media for a long time, including mainstream television, normally if this was going out on Tucker Carlson's own terms, he'd say, I'll be leaving May 30th, and, you know, the last month of May will be a swan song, and we'll bring in all my favorite guests, and we'll all yuck it up and just have a grand old time talking about how great the last decade or so was. That didn't happen. He didn't even get a show. He said, I'll see you Monday on Friday, which means Tucker Carlson was told it's over. I do not think this was on Tucker Carlson's terms. Now, was it over Dominion? I don't think it was totally over Dominion. I think that had some part of it. Was it over his coverage of J6? Was it over his coverage of the vaccines? Maybe all of it added up that Fox, which is moving to the center, just couldn't take it anymore.